Thanks for joining us here, the intersection of faith and culture. You are tuned into the Meeting House here on Faith Radio, and we are delighted to be shining the spotlight on an upcoming event. It is being sponsored by Carenet of Chilton County. It's the first annual Image Bearers Gala. It is coming up on September the 7th. It will be at the 6th Street Warehouse in Clanton. And someone who I would imagine is no stranger to members of the Faith Radio listening audience, Abby Johnson. Her story was told in not only her book, Unplanned, but also the movie adaptation of that book. Abby will be speaking that night, and Ashley Liveoak, the executive director of Carenet in Chilton County, as well as Abby Johnson, joining me today here on the Meeting House on Faith Radio. Ladies, thank you so much for spending some time with us today here on the program.
Yeah,
sorry, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Ashley, I want to go to you first and just ask you to share just a bit. You're the executive director of Carenet of Chilton County, located in Clanton. So give us an idea about the work that is being done through this center.
Yes, sir. So we are a pregnancy resource center. We've recently changed our name as a family resource center. But we offer free pregnancy tests and ultrasounds for moms who find themselves in crisis pregnancies. We've seen all different women come into the center, from ladies who are finding themselves in their 40s and an unexpected pregnancy, all the way to minors finding themselves pregnant. And so when they come into the center, we just meet them where they are and meet them with the love and compassion of Christ. And that's just an area also too in the community. We have had some issues overcoming what we do. A lot of people thought we were an abortion clinic when I first started here over a year and a half ago. So really getting word out there to the community that is not what we do. We are here to help these women on their journey in pregnancy, and hopefully they will make life-affirming choices.
Well, Ashley, tell us about this upcoming event, the Image Bearers Gala. Abby Johnson, part of the conversation today, will be the guest speaker for that night. So give us an idea about the purpose behind this evening and what you see that Abby brings to this event.
Yes, sir. So we are so excited to have Abby. We are, this will be a fundraiser for the center. We run strictly off of donations, and again, overcoming the wrong stigma on our center that we are pro-life. And so we know that Abby has a big voice in that area of pro-life, and we wanted her to come to our town. Everyone around here knows who Abby is and supports her. So we thought that she would just be able to bring a great, captivating message and would help us with that.
Well, Abby is joining us today, and Abby, if people are familiar with your story, they know that you, for a number of years, were the director of a Planned Parenthood center, and at that center, and it really was something that was driven home to you, was that you were involved in an organization that was taking life. Now you have your own organization. You're the founder and CEO of And Then There Were None, and you're coming to Clanton to speak at a pregnancy resource center, a life-giving center. So tell me, as you see it across the spectrum of pro-life work, what's so important about the Pregnancy Resource Center, of which, of course, Carenet of Chilton County is one of them?
Well, pregnancy resource centers across our country, they are giving women true choice. So, I worked, as you said, in an abortion clinic for many years, for 8 years. And what I can tell you is that when a woman walks into an abortion facility, their choices are gone. The abortion facilities are about pushing women to having an abortion. They are about coercing women. They are about manipulating women. They're about taking away a woman's right to choose. And, we in the pro-life movement are really about giving women choices and about letting them know about the baby inside of their womb, about showing them the baby inside of their womb, the power of the ultrasound. I mean, it is remarkable just to give women that informed consent, to let them know your baby has a heartbeat. It is a human being. I mean, that's really giving women a choice. That's really giving women all of their options. And that's what these pregnancy centers are all about. And so they are on the front line every day, doing the hard work, doing the Lord's work. And so, we need to all come together as people of faith. This is not something that we can just, put our heads in the sand about and say, well, I'm going to let somebody else do this hard work, this pro-life work. Absolutely not. If we are believers, we have to get involved.
You are listening to Meeting House here on Faith Radio. Abby Johnson of And Then There Were None, Ashley Liveoak of Carenet of Chilton County. Abby will be speaking at the upcoming Image Bearers Gala, the first annual such event coming up on September the 7th. Faith Radio's own Billy Irvin will be the master of ceremonies for that night. So we are pleased to have the opportunity to partner with you, Ashley, and to have Billy there. I know, as I conveyed to you earlier, he will do a tremendous job. Abby, I was wanting to get your feedback, and Ashley, feel free to jump in on this conversation, because I was thinking about the women that come to Carenet and pregnancy resource centers all across America. What happens is the truth is shared, the lights come on in people's minds, in their hearts. That's something, Abby, my knowledge of your story, that happened to you. The light came on. The Holy Spirit worked and brought you into a realization of the type of work that the Planned Parenthood Center that you were working for was doing. And God was working on hearts. God works on hearts at Carenet of Chilton County. God works on the hearts of those abortion clinic employees that you are bringing out of that situation. And you've basically, I guess, is the word rescued or extracted hundreds of ladies that have worked at abortion clinics.
Yeah, that's right. We have helped 600 abortion clinic workers leave their jobs in the abortion industry. 8 full-time abortion doctors have put down their instruments of death and have embraced the fight for life. And, it's not just about finding them another job, right? They could get another job, but really our hearts are helping them find the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And that's what these 600 former employees of the abortion industry have done. And that is a victory. And we celebrate those eternal lives that have now been won for the kingdom of God. And that's what this work is about. It's about conversion. And that's what Carenet is doing. It's converting hearts and minds for the kingdom. It's converting hearts and minds to change our culture. It's not just about saving the life of a baby, but it's about converting that mind of the mom, converting that heart of the mom, changing her heart to be kingdom minded. And not just about saving physical lives, but also about saving eternal lives. And that's really what this work is about.
Ashley, I sense that Abby was describing the type of work that you see taking place at Carenet of Chilton County as well. Comment on how you're seeing lights go on in people's hearts and minds.
Absolutely. Definitely not just baby, but like she said, reaching mom and, possibly changing the whole trajectory of a family with sharing the gospel with her and, her accepting the Lord. That is amazing to watch and something here that we really strive for. We also strive for mom to bring in dad as well and to maybe reach him. And so, yes, we are definitely praying every day and meeting these women with the gospel, that they may, like she said, ultimately turn their life over and have a eternal victory there.
Well, and we think about divine appointments as people come into your center. And Abby, I know that you've seen this taking place all around the nation, where God brings people into the presence of someone who is pro-life and able to talk about the life that is growing within a woman, and really be able to share the truth about that life and the truth about the Creator of that life. Ashley, how is it that you and your volunteers and staff actually make that connection for ladies that are coming in? Well, they think they're there for just a pregnancy test. I don't want to minimize that for a test, but they come away with so much more, don't they?
Yes, sir. When they come in for their pregnancy test, we try to get them scheduled for an ultrasound or do an ultrasound that day if they are far enough along, and just to show them the life in their womb. But one thing that I know really we show the moms is we have this little 11-weeker baby that we give them. And so our nurse, Denise, whenever she meets with them, she'll pull out this little baby and say, this is your child. This is the exact size of your child, what it will be in a couple of weeks. And notice all of the hands and the toes and fingers, everything is formed on baby. And so just being able to show them that makes an impact. And then when we get them to the ultrasound table, just to show them life in the womb and the heartbeat, it is really hits home for the moms. It speaks to their heart.
Ashley Liveoak, the Executive Director of Carenet of Chilton County, located in Clanton. Also, Abby Johnson, the founder and CEO of And Then There Were None. Of course, her story is told in the movie Unplanned, and of course, the book that she wrote, which led to that movie being made. And Abby, there are not that many people on the face of the earth that have actually had an ultrasound done and had it shown to thousands of people in Times Square and around the nation and around the world. But you are such an individual with Focus on the Families event, which was a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my son, Fulton, who was in the womb at the time, he just recently turned 2. And that was just an incredible event. You know, I was, of course, in the bus having the ultrasound done when he was up on the screen. But a friend of mine, Kevin McCullough, who's a reporter, he was describing the event in an article that he wrote, and there were, tens of thousands of people there. And of course, Times Square, I mean, undoubtedly one of the busiest places in the United States. And he said that, there were, of course, protesters there, and they were banging on drums and shouting chants and just a lot of chatter, Times Square. And he described it when Fulton's heartbeat was being played on the speakers. He said a holy hush came over Times Square. And I didn't hear it. I was in the van, but you can't deny the beauty of a child's heartbeat in the womb. And even the protesters became silent. It captivated everyone in Times Square. And what a beautiful moment. It really is undeniable, just the beautiful sound of a child's heartbeat in the womb. And that's what's, really beautiful about what the pregnancy centers are doing. They are allowing women to see that heartbeat, to hear that heartbeat, to connect with their unborn child in the womb. And that's something that the abortion industry denies women. They deny them the ability to have that opportunity with their child before they make that terrible and a decision that you can never take back. It's a decision that's permanent. And Carenet and other centers like them are giving those women this opportunity so that they can make that maternal connection, so that they won't make that terribly regretful decision.
Well, we are so thankful for the technology that was developed that God is using in powerful ways to, like we were talking about earlier, really turn the light on so people can see the life that is growing. So we are thankful for Abby, what you do, and Ashley, what you do with Carenet, and the annual event. First annual Image Bearers Gala is coming up on September 7th. And if people want to find out more information, how can they get involved and register for this event?
But they can give us a call at 205-755-6767, or they can email us exec.director@carenetchilton.org.
All right, exec.director@carenetchilton.org. Very good. That was Ashley Liveoak, also the keynote speaker for that night. Abby Johnson joining us today here in the Meeting House on Faith Radio. It is great to have the chance to connect with the two of you. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to being here with all of you guys.